Friends, we will start in 2 minutes. Good evening, friends. Let us start our session on pillars of holistic health and longevity. This is session 7, Move More, Live More. This is the third pillar of holistic health, which is move. The first two pillars were mouth and mind. Jim Rohn, an entrepreneur, has given a very good quote. He says, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. My usual disclaimer. My presentation is not intended to provide medical advice. It is intended for informational purposes only. Please kindly note that I'm not from the medical field, but my research is based on the work of scientists and medical professionals. If you decide to make changes, please do consult with your GP. My presentation is based on my own experience and in no way implies that this is a universal cure, as I recognize that each individual is unique. I have no hidden agenda. I'm not making anything out of this, just sharing some wisdom. Knowledge is power. Let's have a quick recap on what we covered last week. We covered breathing. In breathing, we covered two main aspects of breathing. The first one being benefits of nasal breathing. So what are the benefits? One is temperature control. Two, it it filters the air. 3, it humidifies the air. We can smell, and nasal breathing gives us 20% more oxygen. The other important aspect of breathing that we covered was benefits of belly breathing. The first one, it detoxifies and releases toxins. It releases tension. It relieves pain. It massages our organs. It strengthens the immune system. It improves nervous system. It strengthens our lungs. It makes our heart stronger. It reduces inflammation. And it also stimulates the lymphatic system. So the important things to remember: nose is for breathing, mouth is for eating. When we inhale, take a deep and full inhale. When we exhale, let it be a slow and long exhale, because it triggers the parasympathetic nervous system. This is the key to longevity. We now start with our first poll question. Please do participate in it. It is completely anonymous. The first question is, how much time do you spend doing exercise every week? Is it 60 minutes, meaning 1 hour or less? Is it between 60 minutes and 120 minutes? Is it between 120 minutes and 150 minutes? Is it between 150 minutes and 180 minutes? Or is it more than 180 minutes? I'm launching the poll now and would be really grateful if everyone participated. Ten more seconds. I will end the poll now, and I will share the results. So 38% said 60 minutes or less, 25% said between 60 minutes and 120 minutes, a further 25% said between 120 minutes and 150 minutes, and 13% said between 150 minutes and 180 minutes. The recommendation is for physical activity guidelines suggests minimum of 150 moderate intensity minutes of aerobic activity per week. We now look at another quote from Thich Nhat Hanh, and he tells us, when it comes to health and well-being, regular exercise is about as close to a magic potion as you can get. I'm now going to go over to the benefits of regular exercise. The first benefit is it makes us feel happier. Who doesn't love the rush of endorphins after a brisk walk? Endorphins are hormones that reduce pain and boost pleasure, creating a general feeling of well-being and positivity. Endorphins also act as a natural painkiller and can help ease long-term aches. Regular exercise can strengthen muscles, lessening chronic pain and your risk of injury. Exercise can also help with weight loss. Exercise is crucial to supporting a healthy metabolism and burning more calories per day. It also helps you maintain your muscle mass and weight loss. The third thing that exercise does for us, it is good for our muscles and bones. As we age, we tend to lose muscle mass and function, which can lead to an increased risk of injury. Practicing regular physical activity is essential to reducing muscle loss and maintaining strength as we age. Physical activity helps us build muscles and strong bones. It may also help reduce or prevent osteoporosis. Physical activity also can increase energy levels. Physical activity increases our heart rate and gets our blood flowing. More oxygen and nutrients to our muscles mean higher energy levels. And although it seems odd that expending energy can actually give you more energy, this is backed up by science. Next time you're considering an extra cup of coffee to perk you up, try a walk instead. Exercise reduces the risk of chronic diseases. Lack of regular physical activity is a primary cause of chronic illnesses. Exercise can help or prevent the following chronic conditions: type 2 diabetes, heart disease, many types of cancer, high cholesterol, and hypertension. What does Robin Sharma tell us? He says, if you don't make time for exercise, you will probably have to make time for illness. We continue with the benefits of exercise. The sixth benefit is exercise can help your brain to be healthy, and it can help memory. Exercise can improve brain function and protect memory and thinking skills. Regular physical activity is especially important in older adults, since aging, combined with oxidative stress and inflammation, promotes changes in brain structure and function. Exercise has been shown to cause the hippocampus, a part of the brain that's vital for memory and learning, to grow in size, which may help improve mental function in older adults. Lastly, exercise has been shown to reduce changes in the brain that can contribute to conditions like Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Exercise can help with relaxation and sleep quality. Exercise reduces stress and anxiety levels, leaving you feeling more relaxed and stabilized, which is a perfect zone for sleep. Exercise reduces pain. Although chronic pain can be debilitating, exercise can actually help reduce it. Exercise has favorable effects on the pain associated with various conditions. It can also increase pain tolerance. Exercise fights depression. Research shows for mild or moderate cases of depression, exercise can be an effective treatment. Exercising increases your brain's sensitivity to various hormones like serotonin, which eases feelings of depression. And last but not least, it actually makes us more productive. Isaac Newton said, objects in motion stay in motion. With a pump of endorphins, rush of positivity, and increased energy, it's no wonder many people claim they feel more productive on days when they exercise. An anonymous quote says, 1 hour workout is only 4% of your day. A 1 hour workout is only 4% of your day, so no excuses. And what does Barack Obama tell us about exercise? He says, you have to exercise, or at some point, you will just break down. We now go on to the second poll question. There are 4 options, and I would like you to select what you feel is best for your health. The first option is take a short walk 3 times a day, stand a little every hour, stand for 4 hours and then sit down for 4 hours, or take a walk when you feel like it. This is the second question. Please answer as per what you think is best for your health. Twenty more seconds. We'll end the poll now. Share the results. So 57% said to take a short walk 3 times a day. 29% said to stand a little every hour. Then it says, no one said stand for 4 hours and sit for 4 hours. Brilliant. And 14% said to walk when you feel like it. I'll stop sharing. And the correct answer is actually to stand a little every hour. Now we will come to why that is actually a correct answer. So we have a horrible habit that's killing us. In fact, all of us are doing it right now. We've probably been doing it most of the day today, and we spend more time doing it than even sleeping. What is this horrible habit? It is sitting. In today's digital world, sitting for hours has become part of our modern lifestyle. The problem is that our bodies aren't designed to sit for hours. Our bodies are built to stand. During most of the last 2,000 years, we hunted for food and we tended crops, spending almost all of our time standing on 2 feet. Fast forward to today. Over 90% of our activities are done sitting down. We surf the web, we watch television, we drive cars, we ride in our cars, taxis, or public transport, and we work for hours on end, all while sitting. Totally tough, and we spend nearly 80% of our waking hours sitting down. Sitting is the new smoking. It is even being shown that so much sitting is taking away the benefits of regular exercise. So even if you run for an hour, it may not be able to undo the damage of sitting for 8 hours at a desk. Many health professionals put it like this: does exercise take care of a bad night of sleep? No. Then why would it take care of sitting all day? So the question to us is, are you sitting your way to health issues? We come to the third poll question. Just reflect on your daily routine. How much time do you spend sitting every day? Is it 3 to 5 hours? Is it 6 to 8 hours? Is it 9 to 12 hours? Or is it 13 to 15 hours? I've launched the poll. Is it 3 to 5 hours, 6 to 8 hours, 9 to 12 hours, or 13 to 15 hours? Twenty more seconds. I will close the poll now and share the results. So 11% said 3 to 5 hours, which is actually very, very good. 67% said 6 to 8 hours, which is also good. 22% said 9 to 12 hours, and no one said 13 to 15 hours. But if I were to answer this question, then my response, unfortunately, would have been 13 to 15 hours because of working long hours and sitting, and sitting. So I stop the sharing now. So we now move on to what do studies tell us about sitting too much? So the first study was done many decades ago when in London, we have got these red buses where we used to have a bus driver and a bus conductor. So the study was done about cardiovascular diseases. So if you think about the bus driver, he is sitting most of the day, the 8 or 10 hour shift. Whereas the bus conductor who used to collect money and give tickets is always on his feet. And the results of the study was the bus drivers had twice the rate of cardiovascular disease in comparison to bus conductors. So if we look at our lives today, most of us have sitting desk jobs. We are sitting throughout the day, and that is giving us a lot of disease. The second study was a study by the American Cancer Society, and they looked at women who sat for more than 6 hours every day. And the study found out that they had a 37% increase in premature death. The third study is an Australian study where they looked at people who watched television for more than 4 hours every day. And they had an increased risk of death from cardiovascular diseases by 80%. The fourth study is 18 studies combined together covering 800,000 participants. And the results of that study is those who sat the most were twice as likely to develop diabetes than who didn't. The last study covers 53,000 men and 69,000 women over 14 years. Those who sat more than 6 hours daily died earlier than their counterparts. So let us now look at what is prolonged sitting a risk for. First one, it's poor mental health. Secondly, risk for developing heart disease. Third, developing hypertension. Fourth is obesity, becoming disabled, blood clots, DVT. A study also shows that when we sit for longer periods of time, we actually eat more. Sitting for prolonged periods of time results in premature death, in back pain, and in osteoporosis. Now let's move on to what can we do to avoid sitting too much. And I should be most grateful if you can also put in your suggestions in the chat so that we can actually include them, and I can actually also be aware of other things which we can do. The first most important thing I think we need to do is become aware of how much we are sitting and consciously take steps to change the situation. The second thing is, if you are at a desk all day, like most of us are, set your phone alarm at every half an hour or every hour and take a couple of minutes to stand up and, if possible, walk around for 5 minutes. The third thing is, whilst taking calls, when possible, when you are not on a Zoom call and you have to switch on your video, stand or walk slowly in the house or in the garden. Fourth point is, if you are watching television, when the commercial comes on, that's your alarm. Stand up and walk around. The fifth point is, increase non-exercise activities, meaning just increase your physical movements throughout the day by taking a walk and running errands. So if there is anyone else who has got any other suggestions, please feel free to put them in the chat so that we can actually share it with everyone. Now let's look at our muscles. We've all heard a phrase, use it or lose it. So if a person doesn't exercise their physical body, they will likely lose strength, stamina, and endurance. Age-related muscle loss, called sarcopenia, is a natural part of aging. After age 30, you begin to lose as much as 3 to 5% per decade. Inactivity, meaning resting at home, is associated with atrophy and a loss of muscle strength at the rate of 12% per week. After 3 to 5 weeks of bed rest, almost 50% of the muscle strength is actually lost. Disuse weakness is reversed at a rate of only 6% per week with exercise. And studies show that for older people, the loss is even significantly higher. So whilst in some situations rest is beneficial, movement is life. Now let's look at what the longevity, the centenarians do about movement and exercise. The world's longest lived people do not drink protein shakes. They do not pump iron. They do not run marathons, or they do not join gyms. Instead, they live in environments that constantly nudge them into moving without thinking about it. exercise is built into their daily life. To sum everything up, we look at 4 points to ponder. The first one is longest lived people do not run marathons or join gyms. What I mean by that is if you are doing it, then it's very good, but we don't need to run marathons or join gyms. We need to remember 1 hour of workout is only 4% of our day, so no excuses. We need to become aware that we spend nearly 80% of our waking hours just sitting down. In order to get out of that big issue, we need to build movement in our daily life. So to date, we have now covered the first 3 pillars of holistic health and longevity. One is mouth, fasting and feasting. In mind, we covered meditation, sleep, and breathing. In move, we covered move more. Next week, we will cover the final 2 pillars of holistic health and longevity, that being member, relationships, family, community, and motivation, which is ikigai or life experience. Thank you, everyone. And if anyone has got anything to share, then please feel free to switch on your video or unmute yourself. Thank you. Okay, thank you. If no one has, okay, yes, I will unmute. Lima, can you unmute?
Now people can unmute themselves. Yeah, yes, Mrudulaji, go on.
Thank you. And you can also chat, down chat, send chats to everyone.
Yeah.
Nice talk, Dinesh ji.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we need to be not sitting so much. It's true. It's equivalent to smoking and the biggest risk factor for heart attack, actually, similar to smoking. So many of the facilities here have ergonomics and they have sitting to standing desks.
Yes.
So that people aren't sitting that long anymore because it was so significant that the workplace has changed that. And the other thing is there's an app now. I know some of my friends who exercise, they get to see how much they're walking and how much, I think we can monitor how much we're standing or moving. Just like I have an app now on my my phone that tells me I'm spending too much time on the screen. So just like that, we have so much technology now that can help us. Yeah, and of course, when you have surgical procedures, if your lower extremities, another risk factor if you sit too much after the procedure is that you get blood clots. So our bodies are meant for moving. Just anytime you have to get up and just move around, just don't sit too long. Other than meditation. Sometimes there's these long meditations for 3 hours, but they're not, every day. They're not, every 365 days a year. But generally, it's always good to move and get up. Even standing is good. Thank you.
And what happens with people who've got, varicose veins and venous insufficiency? So how do they balance standing versus not increasing their, triggering their varicose veins?
They have to alternate, Dinesh ji, alternate between sitting and standing. Good. Yeah, like anything else, we do the best we can. We adjust to the situation at hand. Yeah, for varicose veins, prolonged sitting and standing both are difficult. They can clot. So they have to alter between the sitting and standing and adjust their time. And walking, too.
Thank you. Does anyone else have anything that would like to ask Mridula ji, or anything that you would like to share your experience on just moving more? So Ritesh ji is saying that he does bending and stretching exercises regularly. This helps him to sit for longer, which is also good. So when you get up and do the bending and stretching exercise, it is a break, taking a break from the sitting, and it is that long time of sitting which is very, very harmful. And the pandemic has changed our attitudes. All of us are now thinking about life-work balance rather than work-life balance. And as Mridulaji mentioned, companies are now providing standing up desks, and they're also providing much more about how we can improve our well-being. So thank you, everyone. We shall now move on to onto the meditation. Friends, let us now start today's meditation. Please take a very comfortable position and relax your body. Close your eyes. Cross your legs. Clasp your hands, fingers into fingers. Just observe your normal, natural breath. So let us now start our meditation.
So now I'm gonna play the same bandish, but now we have a rhythmic exploration of it. So I'll be playing a bandish, which is also a tune.
Friends, 1 minute left. Slowly bring back your awareness to your body and the surroundings. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly keep your fingers on your eyes for a few seconds. And when you're ready, you may open them. Thank you everyone for joining today's session. We shall meet again tomorrow, Germany time, 6 o'clock, UK time, 5 o'clock in the morning. If anyone has anything to share, please feel free to unmute yourself.
Dinesh ji, not many are from the USA, but there's a time change in USA.
Yes, yes.
So it's at noon and midnight now instead of 11 a.m., 11 p.m. So I think Nilima will adjust or someone will adjust on the posting. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Bye.